Diamondbacks theme on the program tonight. We talked about Randy Johnson and a milestone of his earlier, and it was on this date in 1999 that Chris Brock tried to sneak a little changeup past Luis Gonzalez at Candlestick Park, no less, and a franchise record was born. 30-game hitting streak for the five-time All-Star, and Gonzo joins us on MLB Tonight. Gonzo, thanks for the time, man. In 1999, that was your first year in Arizona, first of 5 All-Star seasons. Did you have the sense that you were onto something special early in that year?
Well, I'll be honest with you. When I got traded over to the Diamondbacks from the Detroit Tigers, I was basically trying to find my swing, and I had just opened up my stance the later part of the year in '98 with the Detroit Tigers because of short porch that they had out in right field at Tiger Stadium. And then I went into spring training after they traded me and told Buck Showalter, hey, you're going to have to hang with me. I'm just trying to learn this new batting stance that I got. And I tell you, every day in spring, I was grounding out to second base. And I'm 100% positive Buck was like, we got to trade this guy. This guy can't hit. And then when the bell rang to start the season, I got off to that 30-game hitting streak.
It's amazing. A streak that still stands as a franchise record today. I was looking at it before we came on with you here. And my question was, okay, what happened the next night? And then I saw Kirk Reeder's name on the opposing line, and I answered
Yeah.
my own question. Is that what went wrong?
Yeah, I tell you, leading up to that 30 games, there was, just the excitement, anticipation of smelling the 30, and you're like, oh, I'm so close to it. And then once I got it, it was a nice feeling to get to 30 games. But the next day, I was totally off at the plate. I knew, and I was facing Kurt where I didn't really have good numbers against him. It was almost like, okay, I've already gotten to the 30 games. I was satisfied with that, and I couldn't hit water if I fell out of a boat that day off of him.
Now, did you ever allow yourself to dream? You're a little over halfway to DiMaggio at 30, but did you ever kind of go down that road in your brain?
You know what? You thought about it after a while because I was getting a hit a night. There was a couple times where I needed extra innings to get an extra at bat to kind of save my hitting streak there. I think it was once or twice, maybe even 3 times. But you just marvel at the fact that what an accomplishment that was to have the 56-game hitting streak. I don't know if anybody's ever going to be able to do that, especially in today's game with all the pitching changes and the matchups that guys have to go through.
You were, as a player, and correct me if I'm wrong, a moderately superstitious guy, maybe no more or no less than most players, but talk about the culture around the streak itself. Were players avoiding you? Were you crazy about using the same equipment every night? How did you process all that?
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah, a lot of superstitious stuff. The same routes to the ballpark. I was getting hit, so I was eating probably the same place every day, same time. The clock, stretch time, going out, just trying to stay in somewhat the same type of routine that you have. You play 162 games. Guys go a little stir crazy sometimes. You have a lot of peaks and valleys. So players are always looking for something to kind of take your mind off the stress and but give you some type of normalcy.
You played for 10 years after you created that streak for yourself, a nearly 20-year career. Did you ever think about, man, I got to get going again. I got to get 31?
Well, it would have been nice to do that again, but that happened in '99, my first year. A couple years after that, I had some pretty decent seasons with the Diamondbacks, but it was fun. I mean, that streak was incredibly fun. I was more about trying to win games and trying to help my team win as much as we could. So, if it would have happened again, that would have been fantastic. But you just realize how difficult it is to do. You don't see a lot of guys doing it very often in the major leagues.
Very cool. Thanks for taking some time and sharing your memories of it. I guess we could say happy anniversary to you for the streak, and we hope to see you at the ballpark soon this season, Gonzo. Thanks, man.
You got it, Matty. Always a pleasure.